Can you have a business online as a tutor even without having experience? Possible. Can you have an online business of tutoring even without certificate? Of course, yes. What do you need to become a professional tutor online? Basically, nothing. It's not difficult. It's not difficult. Hello, this video is going to be for tutors, those who want to make business online as a tutor, those who want to render services online as a tutor, those who want to make money online as a tutor. This video is for you. I will be laying down the path in which you can take to become a tutor, the websites the site you can go to become a tutor, how you can become a tutor, a freelance tutor by yourself. So stay tuned to this, and at the end you get the full tips of everything concerning a tutor. Talking about a tutor, it's basically is a profession that anybody can do it. It's not something special. It's not something you must not go through all the education. You don't need too much of education in order to become a tutor. I say so based on prior experience. I have never been a tutor before. I have never, like, when I talk about a tutor, like in my previous life backwards, I've never been a tutor. I don't have any certificate to prove that I am a tutor, but I was a tutor online. I have made money tutoring online, so I know what I'm talking about. If you want to be a tutor online, let me talk about my own personal experience. First of all, how I became a tutor online personally. It was during the time of Corona. During the time I was mostly concentrated on the out jobs and not the online space, So at the time of Corona, it was pretty much tied up. We couldn't go out, we couldn't do any activity. We had to stay home. We had to do to live from our houses. So I had an idea of becoming a tutor online. So what I did is I went to this website. It's called Pebble. This is how the process was. I first sent my application. I think it made few days, and I was asked a video of me expressing myself so that they can analyze the video. I did a video based on what I wanted to do. And what was I doing actually? I was not a tutor. As I said, I was not a tutor. I'm not a tutor of mathematics. I'm not a tutor of physics. I'm not a tutor of history. I knew what I did I know? I knew French. I knew English. I could tutor English. I could tutor French. I know French at least at a certain level. So what I thought was, there are so many people who know English. There are so many people who can tutor English. So why not take French? Even if I'm not too best at French, but at least I know the basics. At least I can tutor another person in French. That is what and there are not so much tutors under French, you understand? And many people like to know other languages. I restarted on that French, and when my application was approved, I started. I didn't have, because as you know, when you enter a new platform, basically without any experience, without any followers, without any how can I put it, without any reviews, it's difficult. So what I did, I put my rate very down. I think I started the an hour was about $4. Yeah, I think my starting rate was $4 an hour. I started with 2 hours, and I'll have my trial periods. People will come for my trial periods. So in my trial periods, I put in my best. You understand? I put in my best. I made sure that they understood the subject. I made sure that they understood. I started with a very easy way of making them understand, relating myself to them, and after the trial, because the trial, I'm not being paid for the trial, just so you can prove that you can do it, you understand? And if the person likes you, they now sign in for more courses, they now sign in for more hours based on your experience. So I did as well, and that's how I started my process, and at the end it was so successful. Talking about anybody who wants to do tutoring, you can do it. I will talk about 2 methods of how you can do tutoring. You can either do it using other websites, using freelance websites, or you can do it building your own site, using it personally if you want. Talking about websites, using other websites, I personally have an experience of Prebly. There is also Turkey. You can also register under Turkey. what you do is, I've just laid down this process of probably, and you don't need so much. You just need to know what you are best in. If I'm best in maybe mathematics, you can tutor somebody under mathematics. If I'm best in English, you can still tutor somebody under English, even though it will be slow because there are so many tutors under English. If I'm best in economics, I tutor under economics. Whatsoever you feel like you are best in, you can register on Preply. You go in, you will see the application process on Preply. Basically, it's you send in a test video on Preply. They will approve it. In case you are okay, they will approve your video. So they'll tell you to maybe speak a short part in whatsoever you want to teach in. They'll give a test. So if you actually are successful in that, you now will be given a free platform for you to do whatever you want to do. Like, you setting your rate, you setting your profile, you put whatsoever you can do best. Then you start. That's as easy as that. It has not too big process. What I can always advise is, as I did, based on how it was successful for me, start small. First of all, gather experience, gather reviews. Then you can scale up. You can now add your rate, but I'll advise you start small. Your first lesson, give them the basics, make them understand the basic. From the basic, then you can now introduce them. Just make them enjoy. Just make the class very enjoyable. If you want to follow the website process, what you do is, you build your website. I will not give you all the process of building a website, but definitely you build your website. From your website, you actually have to start. I believe if it's necessary, even if it's free, find somebody you can have a testimonial with or a review with. You do lessons for the person that is going to be free, even if just for you to get the experience, just for you to get reviews under that aspect. When you get the experience or you get the review under that aspect, now you placed it in on your site. What's the next step? The next step actually will be to advertise your site. You do advertisement of your site. You can do advertisement basically, as I said, you can basically use Google Ads, you can use Facebook, you can use the social media, so you can use an influencer to promote your site. Now when you get your first client, is very important. The first client is your most important client. So you are not only going to be getting experience from your first client, you're also going to be getting testimonials, you're going to be getting reviews from your first client. It must not necessarily be paid clients. You can still start with free clients. You can go to a group like Facebook. Say, for example, you go to a Facebook group. There are so many Facebook groups of so many things. You can go to a Facebook group that tutor about French, or people speaking French, that people want to learn about French, those type of things. Now you give out something, you tell your first person, somebody that will like inbox you, will get you get tutor for free for probably like a week, you understand? That is just for you to gather testimonials. That is just for you to gather a review. Now you go for that, you take you can just basically say the first 2 or first 3 clients that you get is for free. Now from there, now you get review of the first 3 clients. You tutor, they give you your best. Don't take it as if it's free. Take it as if they are being paid, you are being paid for. You do in your best, you put in your best, you make sure that the first step goes well. When the first step goes well, you take reviews from them, you place it on your site. And the people now will be much more, because they actually wanted to learn, so they can still refer people to you. But even without, at least you've gotten the experience, you've gotten the review, which is already one of the biggest. Now the confidence now is already there. You understand? The confidence is already, because one of the major challenges you get when you start is the confidence. You can know, but if you don't have the confidence, you will not do anything. So just the fact that you already have that confidence at that level is something very. So I think that's the part for tutor. And in case there is anything you want to know more about anything concerning, you can just give me a DM and I will give you the process of whatever you can do, or even the site of. There are many other sites, so you can still follow. There are so many other sites, I cannot lay them all now here. So if you want, you can just, even in the comment section, you can just tell me and I will reply to you any detail you want to know. And for those who want to know about bookkeeping, my next video is going to be about bookkeeping, the business of bookkeeping, where you can start as a bookkeeper even with no experience, how you can do as a bookkeeper with little experience. So I'll be laying down on bookkeeping. So